So it's not that democracy is applicable to all situations. Sometimes democracy doesn't work if it's for the good of those people. If you know that it's for their good, but they have to figure it out themselves, and you tell them, just do it. There was a man in his midlife who got to a point, how very often happens, that he felt very confused. He didn't know what to do in his life. Everything he had done so far had no sense for him. It had no meaning. He felt lost. And as a matter of fact, I also talked about feeling lost in one of my various previous episodes. And so he was almost in panic, because it was just in his midlife and he didn't know what to do for the rest of his life. So he felt panic. And so he decided to talk to God and to pray. And so, please give me clarity. Please help me understand what I must do that will give a meaning to my life. And this went on for days, for months. And at one point, God appeared in his dreams. And he just told him, do you know that big boulder that is on that hill? Well, he knew what he was talking about. Okay, I want you to go there, and I want you to push that boulder as much as you can. Give it all you can, give it all you've got. You have to push that boulder. And the man woke up and he said, what? What did he tell me? I mean, what has this got to do with what I asked him, that I'm confused? If you're enjoying what you're listening to, don't forget to click on the like button. And if you don't want to miss more videos like this that can contribute to your personal and professional growth, subscribe now to the channel. But anyway, Scott, he told me that, so I will do it. And so he did. And every morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, winter, summer, rain, snow, dry, whatever, 6 o'clock in the morning, he would be there and push that boulder with all his might, with all his strength, whatever he had. He gave it all he got. And this went on for months, years. And at one point, the guy just got fed up. Now, what is this? Why did God cheat me into doing this? So he goes to bed very disappointed. And God appeared to him again. So he told him, so why did you stop pushing that boulder? And the guy said, because it's useless. It's too big. It's too heavy. I will never be able to move that rock. And so God replied to him, I never asked you to move that boulder. I just asked you to push that boulder. What? Look at you now. Remember how you were? You were lazy. You were fat. You had no strength. Look at you now. Look at your body. You're lean and you're strong and you're full of energy. And you don't procrastinate anymore. You do things. You make things happen. That didn't happen before. So now that you know that you have this power, that you have this energy, and that you can put all this into practice, into making it real, what are you going to do with your life? I'm asking you now. And the guy just thought about it. Yeah, I guess he's right. And he just woke up. Now, what is this tale, let's call it that way, about? Is it about faith? Yeah, perhaps. Well, to a certain extent, yes. Is it about believing in yourself? Not sure about that. The guy didn't really feel that he could really believe in himself, so he didn't really believe in himself. I mean, he had to do something in order for him to open his eyes. But to a certain extent, you could say that. No, it's not about this. This tale is about having to do what you must do without any further explanation. I mean, God didn't give him instructions. He just told him what he had to do. That's it. He didn't tell him why. He didn't tell him how. He had to figure that out himself. And this is very important, for example, in leadership. And I'm not talking about leadership, as we intend it, in a business or in politics or, big stuff. Even at home with your children. That's what I'm talking about here. And especially if you're in a status of responsibility. So, for example, you're in charge of people. It is important that you understand, not always, but when you feel that the people that you govern, that you lead, wouldn't understand what you're asking them to do, you just tell them to do that, and that's it. Of course, that it does not go against morals, obviously. Now, why is that important? Because when things are important, you cannot explain it to them. It's like when, for example, your child, or you go to your child who's about 5, 6, 7 years old, and you tell him that he has to redo his bed. And the guy and the kid will say, "Why? What's the point? I'm going to go back to bed tonight. It's going to get all messed up again. So what's the point of doing my bed? Just do your bed. Period." You don't give him explanation. Okay, for those who think, well, that's not very democratic, who cares? It's what works that counts. I mean, even God does that. Like the commandments, for example, he didn't tell you why you should do things or not do certain things. You just tell them, don't do this and do that. Period. I mean, for example, in Jewish tradition, why shouldn't you eat pork? Why not? What's wrong with pork? I don't know. I don't think they know. But God told them to do that. Now, there is going to be some kind of benefit from that. There must be. They've perhaps the Jewish people figured it out. I haven't. But if God said so, I believe in God, there must be some sense into that. Perhaps they'll discover that pork has some substances that are harmful for your body. I don't know. I have no idea. But if that authority told them to do that, they will do it. They will follow through without questioning. So it's not that democracy is applicable to all situations. Sometimes democracy doesn't work if it's for the good of those people. If you know that it's for their good, but they have to figure it out themselves, and you tell them, just do it. For example, in coaching, this is normal. When somebody comes to me and asks to do coaching with me, and we talk and we ask certain questions, why are you asking me that question? I don't know, just give me the answer. There is no explanation for that. I asked you a question. Or I give him some homework to do. What is this for? Just do it. You'll understand. You cannot always give explanations. It's wrong for them because they have to connect body, mind, and emotions. They have to put these three things together. And only when you act upon something that you don't really understand, but a person that you trust very much told me that told them that they have to do it, it's different. It has another effect. They perhaps may not understand it immediately. Perhaps it will take some time, but they will understand it eventually. But in order for this to happen, you must have authority. You must be authoritative, and you must be credible. Otherwise, people will not follow you. They will challenge you. Like hell, I'm going to do this. And there's nothing you can do about that. So that's why you have to start from when your children are very small. If they are teenagers, forget about it. They will never do their bed, ever. They'll just, send you to hell. But if they're 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, that's the right age. Why should I do this? Just do it. They'll understand. That's how it works, friends, because sometimes leadership needs to be like this. Because as a leader, you're in a certain place. The people that follow you are not, and they have to get there. You're helping them this way. You're not helping them if you give them explanations for everything. See you next time.